Hello and welcome, beautiful stars, to today's reading. So interesting reading we have today. So we are tapping at the time of the filming of this video. We are tapping into the power of the full lunar eclipse with the full moon in Taurus. So very exciting energy to see what comes about. And I was going to just leave it open, but Spirit wanted me to choose a very specific title in my meditation, and that is, so with the full lunar eclipse, with the full moon in Taurus, we're apparently looking at what lovely energy is coming your way. So I have a feeling it's gonna be kind of blessings potentially in the future a little bit, but who knows, right? So we'll get into the reading and we'll find out. But Spirit wanted me to choose that specific title. All right, so let's show you your options. There's 3 piles today. And so we have this as pile number 1, your oracle, and its image. Pile 2. Pile 1, your tarot, and its image. And your Lenormand, and its image. Okay, pile 2, your oracle, and its image. Your tarot, and its image. And your Lenormand, and its image. And pile 3, your oracle, and its image. Your tarot, and its image. Your Lenormand, and its image. All right, lovely stars, take a moment to quiet your mind, tune into your intuition, and see which pile or piles call out to you. I recommend often going with which one feel like it's calling out to you. There are oftentimes, I don't know why I'm mentioning this now, but perhaps it's coming through for some of you. There's oftentimes when I feel pulled or drawn to a card or a pile, and then my mind would say, oh, but I think this one. And that's where it kind of trips me up a little bit, where I think, where the mind then goes. So yeah, really tune in and see which one calls out to you. Make your selection, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, Pile 1s. Welcome to your reading. All right, let's see what the full moon with the full lunar eclipse is going to bring you. We'll start with this oracle here. Okay, so we have purity. Okay. Like a message whispering in your ear. It's a transition phased out something. Okay. And let's see our next card here. Stillness. Some sort of peace on the horizon, but we see a lot of snow theme here too. Okay, and then we have opportunity. Okay. Opportunity that you don't see coming. Nice. All right, and then we have receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to give. Gorgeous. Oh, very nice message here, pile 1. We have visions, psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing, out-of-body travel. Something you've been dreaming about for a while. For some of you, it even stems from kind of like a childhood vision. Yes, a childhood vision, a childhood dream, something from the past. And others of you, you're being encouraged to that there is a certain dream, a certain wish, goal, something you wish to achieve, and it may be linked to your something you thought about when you were younger, or at a point of time in the past. So perhaps a goal you wanted to accomplish, but it never took off, and now it's kind of being rekindled. Okay, let's look at your last oracles here. So we have the Raven's Head. Gosh, there's a lot of energy of spirit bringing this to you. So you, with the power of the eclipse here, it is a blood moon, so very appropriate. Okay, Saturn. There is a word of caution here, not to jump too ahead, as one might get cut or cuts oneself. Wow, okay, very nice energy here, pile number 1. So there is a transition coming for you. It can be a transition, a shift, also a present or a gift or some sort of blessing is on its way. Oh, okay, we're also getting timing here as well. Just got the shivers on that one. So right now it is the beginning-ish of November, November 8th today, but so this will be in the winter season when it's coming. That's the timing we're getting here, when almost looks like the North Star here, but something about Polaris being really high in the sky is the message I'm getting. So yeah, if any of you know or deal with the constellation of Polaris, the North Star is something to look into. But yeah, it's something when Polaris is in the central pivot up in the sky. It's when this transition blessing will hit, will come down. But it comes gently because it's a transition. It's pure blessing coming straight from spirit, that perhaps you've been waiting on. For some of you, you've been waiting on it. It's like you've been sitting and waiting on spirit, waiting on timing, waiting on divine timing. Perhaps even meditating, getting visions around it, or for some of you, as we mentioned earlier, having this vision, this dream, this almost, more like this vision or dream being encapsulated in the past and put away like a time capsule, and now it's coming back up. It's a time capsule. I don't know why I want me to mention this, but it's something where you usually put memoirs in, and then you put it away. You can either bury it or store it away, and then you open it at a later time in the future. So it's something you kind of either tucked away, put away, or put on the back burner for a very long time, and now it's like you've been waiting for it, and now it's the time that it will come. It's divinely guided to arrive soon within the coming winter season here. And for those of you tuning in a different time, the winter season comes about a month from now. A month or two from now, but I'm getting more like a month. So, yes. So Spirit is certainly bringing these blessings. We will see so many synchronistic images indicating that. And it's going to be the beginning of it's something you wanted, but there's also a bit of responsibility to it. Um, so yeah, something you wanted to do, something you wanted to have perhaps, but yeah, the main thing I'm getting is there's some sort of responsibility to this. It's perhaps it's a great blessing, a great power. And to poorly quote a movie, it's like with great power comes great responsibility, right? So with this blessing, you're getting an upgrade in your advancement, in your power, in your wealth, perhaps in your abilities, in your psychic abilities, perhaps. But in some sort of abilities, wealth, or power. So with that in itself comes an intrinsic kind of responsibility with it. The choice is yours, what you want to do with it, but the courage and the encouragement and advice is to use it responsibly. Otherwise, you might end up cutting yourself. An example of that may be, let's say you get a huge wealth blessing, or a lot of money comes in, right? Or a windfall of sorts. And you're like, oh, let's go spend it all now because I have a lot of money now. That might cut you down later in the end, because if you encounter, like, it's a huge blessing, and if you don't save some of it, or you don't use it wisely, or you don't invest it, down the line when you hit more challenging times, it might come back to bite you. It's like, oh, I wish I had that money that I just kind of wasted or spent away or squandered away a little while back. So it's the kind of energy. It's not, that's just a random example, but that's the kind of energy we're talking about. And if we're not talking about money, let's talk about power, right? Or let's talk about abilities. Yeah, let's talk about abilities or power. Let's say you've been given a position in a company, in your workplace, that has given you a lot more access, a lot more control, a lot more managerial kind of power over other people. And let's say you don't use it so wisely, and you and the upper management or sees that and say like, hey, like, we gave you like a lot more access, a lot more options, but you're not really making this company grow. And if you don't have a boss, let's say like you invest in a certain part of the company and stocks in certain ways, and it plummets and the company goes downhill. So that's just a word of caution. The blessings is coming on its way, and the word of caution mainly is to encourage you to use this blessing or acknowledge this blessing wisely, so that you can make amazing things out of it. The Raven's Head here talks about beginning the work in alchemy, and Saturn is about responsibilities and kind of the conviction towards your goal, your life path, your soul purpose. But it comes as the blessings. So definitely during the full moon here is when it begins into the next season, into the next month, into the winter season, because we see the blood moon with the red here, and then spirits bringing that blessing around this time. So yes, appreciate, accept, be receptive to the gift that you're going to receive. For some of you, it's wealth. Some for you, it's power. Some of you, it's recognition, elevation in your abilities, getting more visions, or some sort of other enhanced abilities that you had not thought that you had before. It's like, oh, now I can perceive energy better, something like that. So, but it's a great opportunity that's coming. Wonderful. Okay, let's see what our tarot has to say here. in regards to this opportunity. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. We have the Eclipse here standing out again. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Wands. You've been working really hard, number one. Okay, and then we have the Hermit. Yeah, just working really hard, tending to your garden. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles. See, blessings. Well-deserved blessings. A balance between give and take. And then we have the Four of Wands. And here you can take it easy for a little while after all this hard work. And then we have the King of Cups. Lovely, pile number one. Wow, okay. Yeah, just getting major shivers for this one. This is a beautiful message here. All right, so as we know, some of you have been working very, very hard, and this goes in many different realms, right? For those tuning in, for some of you, it could be actually in your work, in your job, in your profession. For some others of you, it's working to develop yourself spiritually. So putting in the work for meditation, self-realization, self-reflection. Yes, just putting in a lot of work. And the energy is you are going to be reciprocated for your energy that you put in. So the energy that you give and you have devoted, it's going to be reciprocated. It's going to be given back to you, even more so than you expect. And it's to kind of move and shift you away from murky waters, from the tired, stress energy that you, well, not stress energy, basically the hard work that you've been putting in. And for some of you, it's, yeah, tending to your garden, figuratively, and perhaps literally too, but more so figuratively, tending to things that need to be taken care of, whether it's personality traits that needs to be developed, or project that needs to be finished, or taking care of things in relationship that have been challenging. It's like wanting a relationship, but not necessarily having the full qualities to get the best out of relationship if you are in one, and you have put the work into yourself and to self-development and self-love so much that now you're vibrating at at a lovely energy that will attract a soulmate that is on the same frequency. And I see aroma, or the word aroma is coming through. So, and we have somebody coming, most likely from abroad, afar, or from different backgrounds from you, but they're very charming. It's interesting the way that they're coming. It almost seems like it's contractual. There's some sort of how to describe it. Kind of like via written documents, contracts, or something of those nature that will kind of lead them to you. Don't know how I describe that where it makes sense. So yeah, via some form of business, some form of contract, some form of perhaps a written email, or some sort of contract you have to sign, that's coming through, and then somehow in signing those things or getting the message through those emails will somehow connect you and link you to this person. It has a very business, job, career oriented to it. So for some of you, it might be connecting via your job or some sort of your own business or something along that line. Yes, but oh, okay. Here's another thing coming through. Soul contract is also coming through. So literal contracts and then also soul contract. So definitely a soulmate or somebody who's meant to be put in your way to help you grow and develop, and vice versa. So that's one of the other blessings coming through. Absolutely wonderful. Okay. So we're seeing a celebration as you shift out of, well, once you shift out, once the blessings come in and you are able to shift out of this tired work energy or just putting in so much work, you can get a bit of stillness, rest, and relaxation into your life. Okay, and let's look at your Lenormand. And we have not shuffled your Lenormand. They wanted me to wait, so let's see what your Lenormand holds. Maybe that can clear some of these things up. Okay, so for Pile 1 Spirit, what Lenormand shape do we have for Pile 1 here? What Lenormand shape do we have for Pile 1 Spirit? Okay, let's see. I see. Wow, there's so many forms that are coming through. I see a crown, a throne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we see a throne, but we see an empty throne with the sun rising in the background. The throne is for you. It's waiting for you to sit on it and receive all its blessings. I get the picture of the usual monarch. Back in the days when they sat on a throne, they were holding that, I forgot what it's called, but there's a scepter and then there's that ball looking shape. I don't know the name of it at the moment. It's slipping my tongue. But yeah, so there's a throne waiting for you. It's like the seat or the blessings waiting for you. Let's see, within this pile here, what are we taking? We're taking this, and we are taking that. Do you want to do a... Yes, okay. It's a lot, but we'll take it. Let's see. The handle and then the base. Okay. So you have a big throne, pile number 1. Because this is a big blessing. As we saw, it's not only a blessing in terms of, well, it could be a blessing in multiple things, right? It may not just be, okay, this one's popping out. You know what? We're going to include it. Something's been eating away at you, and we're going to keep that there. They wanted me to find that card, the only one that was flipped over in the deck there. Alright, let's review your Lenormand. For all these big blessings coming through. The ring. That's a very happy ring there. Actually, let me bring it up so you can see it. Sorry. Yes. Okay, and then we have the scythe. Reminds us of the scythe and the Saturn again. And then we have the whip. Then we have the clover. I feel like, yes, the clover energy was coming through the ring here, interestingly. Okay, and then we have, oh, actually, yeah, now let's go to your base first, and then we'll go to the place where you set your arms. Okay, we have the lily. A budding lily, okay. And then we have the bear. That talks about this person in it right here. Interesting, okay. And then we have the house. Okay. Very nice. Your blessings are amazing, Pile1. And then we have the fish. And talk about blessings. What a card to end with. You're going to love it, Pile1. This is a sweet candy carnival, or sweet something card. I think it's sweet candy. Anywho, I love how spirit and synchronicity, it's crazy how everything falls into line. Alright, so do you see where all these Lenormand cards fall over your tarot cards? The work sector, or I mean the work that you've been putting in, it tires you, it eats you out, right? It eats at your energy, and naturally so. And it's dedicated work. It's work towards your spirituality, it's work towards your project, work towards your actual work, and that's something that you're very dedicated to, very inspired to do, and that's amazing. So do be appreciative of that, and you kind of been beating yourself up to do it. It's like, oh, the whip talks about repeated motion here, like even like when you're whipping something for baking, it's like a repeated motion. It's like, oh, I have to get this done, I have to keep at it. And let's talk about this side of the throne real quick. So there's a budding a lily present that you don't see coming. Yes, I know this is not the bouquet, but that's the essence we're feeling here, because this is more magical than just some random gift that you're going to receive. The bouquet usually stands for gift and blessings that are coming, but the lily is also can be considered part of a bouquet, because it is the flower in the bouquet, and I see it budding and rising, and it's really budding because it's a blessing that's coming. We talked about it already, to give you relief from this seat that you've been kind of entrenched in, or this work that you've been entrenched in. And I'm getting very lucky clover kind of feeling here. You be ecstatic for it, because it's something you can really it's a ring that circles around. We're talking about the reciprocity energy here, and that falls on this side of the throne here with the Six of Pentacles. And it's going to give you the stability, especially financial stability and wealth that you need. We see Spirit pointing me to indication, the symbol earth here. So earthly gifts and blessings. So we're talking about material wealth, stability in the physical realm, shelter, abundance, you name it. So yes, a lot of physical things, physical finances will be secure, will give you stability. And so that's part of the wonderful blessings that's coming your way. So as we transition here from your hard work, we see that the opportunistic presence and blessings that's coming your way will oh my god, the synchronicity couldn't be any more amazing. So we saw opportunity here, right? With this card here, opportunity. And the clover is like this little drop of blessings from the sky, this little opportunity, or that present we saw that the mermaid, the bird was bringing. Or it's a little a little oomph of opportunity that arises serendipitously. And we have the reminder again with the scythe on Saturn. The synchronicity is absolutely crazy. It's the forewarning. It's like to not misuse or to abuse this opportunity and to use it wisely. So do enjoy your blessings because it's coming. But it's two sides of the throne here, right? So this side, you're holding the wealth firmly. And on this side, this opportunity, if you don't misuse it or abuse it or heed the warning that we talked about, it's going to grow into something a lot bigger. Let's say you put this windfall, this little amount of wealth and money that comes your way into investments. It's going to grow into something even bigger. And oh my god. The progression here as well, 2, 3, and 4. So yes, it can grow in something bigger and bigger and bigger and multiply exponentially if you make good use of it. Yes. So that's talking about the wealth, the material realm, even the abilities upgrade or the downloads that are coming through. If you put that to good use, it can be, your ability can be further advanced, and then you can take it higher and further and develop even more. And in the future, that ability will allow you to do many more things to and it will give back to you and it will grow. So use the opportunity wisely is the advice. And last but not least, the other amazing blessing that's coming through is the romantic soulmate we talked about, or just soulmates or a business partner even. It doesn't have to be romantic, but getting a lot of strong romantic vibes there, especially we're talking about the King of Cups here. And this falls under here. This person is a boss. This person is assured, is assertive, they know themselves, they are in tune with their emotions too, talking about the King of Cups here. But they are the king of the wherever bears rule. So wherever bears rule, that's their domain. But not only crazy synchronicities, not only are they firm, steadfast, strong, a boss of their few, knows what they're doing, mature. They're bringing you the present, right? And we're talking about contract, soulmate contract thing too. But they're also bringing you a lot of sweetness in your life. We see an offering here. And also want to tie back to the ring, that there potentially could be more in the future too. Like putting on a ring on it. So absolutely wonderful coming through here. And I was getting this, the coloration here, this diagonal coloration was standing out to me in the beginning. I didn't make anything of it, but now that's pointing here with the ring. That message did pop in earlier. Wow, okay. Wonderful, pile number 1. I don't think we need to clarify anything. That's pretty straightforward. All your blessings are amazing. We know you put in the hard work. You're transitioning, especially into this season, with the blessings of the full moon here and the full eclipse. Your soul purpose, your blessings are coming through, and your connections are coming through, your financial stability, wealth, everything. This will apply for each and different for each and every one of you. Some of you may be getting all of it, and so absolutely wonderful to hear. Wow, I am feeling exuberant and ecstatic for you. That's the energy that's coming through right now. So great to hear, pile number one. So lovely. So well deserved. I wish, yes, best wishes for you in regards to this. It's amazing. It's such a wonderful, absolutely wonderful reading. All right, pile number one, that was your message. If you found it insightful, helpful, you liked it, consider hitting that like button and subscribe if you haven't for more messages. With that, I wish you an absolutely wonderful and magical day. Take care, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, pile number ones. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. I'm very excited to see what's coming up in your reading with all these plants deck coming through. But yes, with the power of the full lunar eclipse with the full moon in Taurus, let's see what blessings or things are coming your way with that. So we start with our main oracle here. And we have Rajas. Okay. A sense of nobility here. And also a bit of movement to movement and excitement and celebration coming through here. Like the crowd has been waiting. Okay. So we have plantain. Okay. And we see this plantain blooming here. Interestingly. I don't know if plantain blooms. But we do see it blooming here. Okay. And then we have burdock. Everything is coming up in blooms for you. It's what's being drawn to my attention. Ooh. And we see the leaf shapes are very similar in these two plants here. Kind of. But yes, we do see a season of harvest. So this has been in the works. Okay. And let's look at your other oracles here. We'll start with this one actually. We have pansy. And then we have agapanthus. Sovereignty of power. Okay. And then we have sunflower. Ooh. There's something major about recognition here. Okay, and let's look at your last two oracles. And we'll read into the energy here. We have honorable horse, freedom, leadership, intuition. Swift beast dashing between worlds, show me your daring and graceful ways. Ooh, that just gave me the chills. Okay. We have magical moon, illumination, awakening, and discovery. Luminous light in the dark, take me on a journey to reveal my truth. Yeah, talk about eclipse here. That's coming through. Wow, okay, so the blessings that this full eclipse, full moon is bestowing you is honor and recognition for something. We don't have a clear idea on what that is yet. What is coming through? We're gonna have to search for that in our tarot here. It's what they're telling me. But the overall energy is being crown, being received, being honored, especially after waiting for a period of time. So yes, whether okay, so can we get a couple of examples, Spirit? some practical examples. So we want to talk really practical. It's perhaps recognition in your workplace, in your community, in your family, in your status. So those are more the practical terms, right? Yeah. So an elevation in status and position in any of those fields, would be applicable. The in your work, in your community, in your family, anything like that. But we do see a waiting period is what you have gone through for for a period of inaction is not the right word. I guess stillness, a period of stillness, yeah, something along the lines of that, where there was a bit of inertia, where there wasn't all that movement yet. Now we shift into Rajas, which is the energy of movement, excitement, things like that. And it's funny also because Raja is a term to indicate royalty, like a king of sorts. So really stepping into, and we see that all over your reading here. We see the period of waiting here with Pansy. It's like you knew you were gonna be something big, but you were just biding your time and holding out your time. Maybe feeling a bit despondent when you were there too. And it's like you're looking here and you're looking at the people and you're like, when am I going to be acknowledged? When am I going to be noticed? When am I going to be recognized? When am I going to be celebrated? When am I going to be shining? And the time is now. With the power of the full moon in the full lunar eclipse, your recognition is definitely coming, as depicted by the brilliance of these two cards here with Agapanthus and Sunflower. The energy of nobility is coming through, and also the energy of divinity is coming through. Yes. So for some of you, it may literally be some form of nobility, some form of kingship, queenship, or something big and grand in terms of status, that is coming forth, that it's like being not coronated. You are already a queen or a king or somebody of high status. It's more about the recognition now that's coming through, the blooming, the harvest, the blossoming, and the full recognition thereof. Perhaps for your leadership or something you've done recently, or the work that you've done in regards to, for some of you that are more mystics, in terms of the realm of your intuition or something more spiritual, that is being recognized. A lot of so we have two energies here: the very practical with the nobility we talked about, and then also the very spiritual for some of you who are getting recognized, say like as a shaman, as a healer, as a psychic, as a tarot reader, even if some of you here are that is the case. But yeah, during this lunar eclipse here is when the illumination, the awakening, and the discovery of yourself really begins. What I mean by that, it's more like the blessings that are not the characteristics you already have. You already embody, and you already done the work to really be this kind of strong nobility figure, or very mystic kind of like figure. It's during the magical moon period, which is the lunar eclipse, is when like the awakening kind of springs forth, the discovery of you springs forth. It starts with this full moon lunar eclipse. Let's speak a little bit about your journey onto this path, because with the two herbs we have here, plantain and burdock, also dandelion stands down here in the background or the foreground, but next to the burdock here, we're talking about resilience and purification. So plantain is known as a very resilient plant. It's like you can it's what they call a gardener's nightmare, because you can trim and you can cut it, but it will lay flat to the ground and it will spring back up. So it has a very resilient nature, which is talking about your nature. And then also some of the purification you have done for yourself, in terms of letting things go that you no longer need, letting go of people that are no longer beneficial in your life. Perhaps they become toxic as well, because burdock here is has the properties of being a blood purifier, and dandelion has also very cleansing properties as well as a diuretic. Plantain here can also be a blood astringent. So you get a cut or something and you have nothing else around, plantain can be kind of mashed up a little bit and applied to the wound to astringe the wound. So we're talking about blood detox and purification here, and purification in general. So there are things you've removed from your life and things that are in your characteristics that are no longer beneficial. So you shifted, transmute, and transform them. And we're also talking about lineage here. Through which plant was that? Well, both, but more so burdock, because we're talking about blood purification here. So also lineage is coming through for us in terms of purifying karma and karmic lines just by transforming yourself. What most of us don't often realize is, yes, in terms of being linked with our past and our future simultaneously in the form of an ever-ending circle, in a full system, the present, as we shift ourselves and we change ourselves, we shift the energetics and dynamics of both our past and our future in here, right here in the present. So as you change yourself, you purify that karma naturally, and you also purify yourself for projected futures and potential to come. Timelines are coming through here. Well, not so much timeline, but more so the description and idea of concept of time. So you're doing this on a multi-temporal level, time level, as you change and shift yourself here in the present. And that's why you're being rewarded and renowned with this work that you've done, right? You are so regal, so noble, and embodying these nobility kind of characteristics, because you arisen, you've done the work now, and you bided your time, just patiently there waiting, and now the time is here to arise and to come into full bloom, full blossom, full power, full potential, full intuition. My God. Honorable horse during the magical moon is an understatement indeed. Your nobility is shining through here. That blessing is the recognition that you so well deserve. Absolutely amazing, beautiful stars. Okay, so they held off the tarot, so we'll probably need some clarification for your situation. So we talked about what you worked on, what you have become, and what you will be recognized, or more so when or what blessings, and that is the recognition. So let's look into your Lenormand. And your Lenormand, we have a shape of a peach. I have no idea what that means, but as I was shuffling, Spirit also gave me James and the Giant Peach. It was a movie, and I think it was a book as well, but I don't... It's been so long, I don't remember what the story was about, but I remember seeing the movie. So James and the Giant Peach. So if that, yeah, you might want to look that up if that means anything to you. But that came through. And also a peach, to me, talks about longevity, health, prosperity in terms of more so like your health. Peach makes me think of the food that the beings, at least in one culture, eats in heaven. Is the peach that, and peach symbolizes longevity and health and well-being. Okay, so let's bring out the shape of your peach here. We have 4 cards to represent the body of the peach, and then 1 to represent the leaf coming off of it. Spirit likes to do that. Don't know why, but I'm just here to convey the message, so we'll take it. So let's start with this card. We have the birds. Okay. And then we have the book. Knowledge that you were blinded to for a while. But not blinded, it's like not being able to see it while being right on top of it. Oh, smoke scrying is coming through. Oh, wow, okay. Then we have the garden. Talk about your recognition and exposure. It's like you are a queen or a king or a mystic among the plants. The plants of all plants. And then we have the anchor. Very stable dynamic energy here. And then we have the leaf here as the fox. Interesting energy for the fox in Lenormand here. Respite for the winter. Okay, so the Lenormand we have for you is the Yuletide Lenormand, which talks about the winter season here, which is what we're coming forth upon. And it's interesting that that came out, well, this timing-wise came out in pile number 1 as well. Excuse me. It makes sense though with the lunar eclipse falling in now in November. So whenever you tune in, the winter season will be about a month from now is when it's in full season, I guess, so to speak. That's when December is. So timing-wise, whenever you tune into this, if you tune into this at a later time, it will be approximately, I'm hearing about a month and a half, and 3 months. Yeah, so the span of November through mid-December-ish, and then to January, February. Yes. Okay. So something of timing came out. But let's look into your Lenormand here. So whatever it is you're being recognized for, whether it's just for your hard work, your nobility, your skills, your elevation in terms of your intuition and your psychic abilities, it's the funny thing is it's almost as if you've been sitting on it all this time, but you just weren't able to see it for whatever reason. Perhaps a bit more work in terms of the mystical or spiritual developments would have helped you along the way, because we do see some smoke scrying here, and we also see spirit around guiding you. So, but the knowledge, it's like yeah, either you were too fixated on something, but the information was always there. You just had to tap into it. And that's what kept you from seeing it. And then that down the line eventually was what prevented you from being recognized. But as we talk about the blessings here, as you step into it now, and there's going to be an aha moment is what I'm getting. Perhaps it's during this moon phase here, but so shortly after, but it's like it's gonna hit you, and you're gonna be like, oh, okay, it was a lot simpler than I thought it was. And so that recognition that you so desire and so deserve will be, oh, okay, will be acknowledged. It will give you a stable dynamic energy here. Yeah. Also, words will spread, and information will be coming to you as well. Somebody's bringing, somebody or somebodies are coming with some information for some of you. For some of you, it's the tuning in, right? For those of you who we talk about, kind of two different groups here. The mystics and the practical. The practical, the message are coming to you, the information are being brought to you. Perhaps it still has that same energy where you haven't seen it for whatever reason, and now it's being called to your attention. For our mystics here, it's always been there, but it's a matter of tuning in and tapping in that you will receive it. And once you do, once you step fully into this power or become recognized for it, then that's when the word of you and your abilities, your talent, your project, whatever it is, will spread. And at the top of it, you'll get a little bit rest from it, because it's almost like your 9-to-5 job or your typical day job transform into a passive income. And what I mean by that is that you'll be able to get some rest and reprieve from whatever situation you're currently in. It's not that it necessarily like A to B. It's not like, oh, your everyday job is going to shift into a passive income. Not like that. It's more so you get a reprieve from the 9-to-5, because you may have some sort of passive entrepreneurial separate self-owned business or income on the side, and that will give you a relief or a reprieve from your daily stuff, whatever you're currently doing. So great to hear. This will be very anchoring and supportive and stable for you, and it will also get you the word of you via by mouth, and by mouth we mean like spread from word to word out there. So your recognition is going to be spread. I feel like I could have conveyed that better. Yes, so something about spreading your acknowledgement. All right, let me get a drink of water here real quick on my stars, because I think my throat is drying up. All right. Excuse me. All right, and let's get into your tarot here, because we have a lot of questions about this. So we know your blessings, what's coming out. Now we want to know, what is this in regards to? Yeah, can we please know, Spirit? For pile number 2, We know that their blessing is about recognition. What are they being recognized for? And how is this coming about? Okay, so pile number 2, please, Spirit. Yeah, what are they being recognized for? And how is this recognition taking form? Okay. Let's see here. Alright, pile 2. Let's see. What your recognition is all about here. So we have the moon with the Tura. Okay, so it is gradual, as we talked about, with the birds spreading word by word, but eventually spiraling into a garden. 2 of air with chicory, or 2 of swords. Okay, and then we have the 10 of water or cups with red clover. Okay, and then we have 6 of fire or wands with nasturtium. Wow. Be a household name. And then we have the lovers with hawthorn. Okay, let's look into this energy just a little bit more. Let's see here. Hawthorn with the lovers. Getting crown, coronation. We see the shape of 2 crowns here. We do talk about, oh, spring and summer. Huh. It's the intersection of something. Gonna need some clarification on this hawthorn. Alright, so let's talk about what we have at hand. Yes, so the moon here reminds me of the moon in Lenormand, which is about recognition. So we see a gradual opening of this datura flower and into full bloom here. So whatever cycles, time period that you have been waiting on, been biding your time, it's in synchronicity with its cycles, and now divine timing will help it unfold. And I see you rising above the cloud here. This is very interesting depiction of 2 of air. Usually 2 of air is about indecision, but here we see you rising above the crowd. Perhaps it's an indecision or ambivalence in yourself, or your own skills, or your own abilities, or your own nobility or regalness that has kept you. Yeah, the whole time it's just been you against your mind. But as you rise above that, then you start to eventually rise above the cloud, which means, the crowd, perhaps the cloud too, but rise above the crowds because you step fully into that power, right? You, a goddess or a queen or a king, it depends on how they perceive themselves, right? It's like, oh, I will never be the ruler that people wish to see of me. I will never be the full goddess or god with the full potential that my predecessor have. It's that kind of thinking that keeps you locked down. But once you break out of that thinking, and that's the work you've done, it's now like, oh, okay, I am a god. I am a goddess. I am a king. I am a queen. I have certain powers. I have certain abilities, things that I can do. And with that, I claim my power, and then I go forward and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. That's what makes you rise above the clouds. It's battling your own mind. It's part of the struggle that we've been, well, timing too. So we're talking about timing, and we're talking about the mental struggle, which you've gone through and you worked on. And if you haven't fully worked on it, that is encouragement, because that's what gives you the rise above the crowd. And here it's just wonderful. From here on out, we see you spreading, like with the garden here and the birds in combination together, spreading out there like a household name. Like if it's a product, it's going to be in every household. Your name, it's going to be recognized. You're going to be known for something. Yes, if it's a product, it's going to be well known. If it's your regality, your nobility, your ability, your whatever you possess, you'll be known for it. Amazingly so too. It gives people comfort, and it's almost like, even if people try to avoid it, or it's like, oh, I heard about Pile2, on the news or whatever, that sounds kind of sketchy to me. It's still, somehow you make your way into their homes, and it's like, they can't stop hearing about you, and at some point you're gonna win some people over, and you're like, and they're gonna be like, okay, fine, well, I heard so much about Pile2, let's give their product a try, or let's listen to what they have to say, what they have to present. We're talking a lot about nobility energy here. So some of you, it's like we said before, on a bigger scale of thing, right? You may be in politics, you may be in bigger social circles, and I don't mean just like, small circles. And we're talking about grand circles. It's like people who are well known in the world. So, but yeah, it's very successful energy here coming through. And we're gonna have to clarify this Lovers card, because we do see a flourishing, that's for sure. That's the energy that's coming through with the flowers and the fruits here. And also this kind of like third eye Venn diagram. So an intersection of time between spring and summer, but I'm not getting a good message of this, so we need some clarification. So, okay, let's see if we capture the essence of, yes, okay. So product, name, yes, rising above the crowd. Yeah, that regality we know. Let's talk about, can we get a clarification on this Lover's card, please, Spirit? Because we do not have a full grasp on what's going on here. Are we not supposed to know? Can we know? Can we please know, Spirit? If that is the case, can we get a clarification? Okay. So let's get, okay. Wow, they just gave me shivers. Okay, let's get that one and this one, and I really want this one too. Or they really want that one, so let's see. We have the world. Let me bring it up so you can see it. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, and then we have the Page of Cups. And then we have the Chariot. Okay, pile number 2, I have a special message for you. Okay, so yes, we are talking about the Lovers. And it seems like here, I mean, I don't know how it wasn't obvious before, but it is the Lovers card, and we have a union and duality for some of you with the feminine aspect here and the masculine aspect here. So as you get recognized, as you become famous, as you become a household name, a well-known, or your product makes its way into people's home, it's like, oh, that's Pile number 2's product. You're going to get well-known. The news, the words gonna circulate around you, around the world. You'll be recognized, and as you do, you catch the eye of somebody very particular. And it's going to be the beginning of something very sweet, something very splendorous. Yeah, it's like somebody's looking at you with such amazement, such wonder, such beauty, and yeah, it's gonna kickstart a nice potential if this is something you're seeking for, right? This remember, we have free will and free choice. So if for some of you a relationship is what you want to pursue, this person will be looking at you with such amazement and adoration that is going to be wonderful. And if you do choose to pursue, to go forward with this relationship, let me get a drink real quick here. If you do choose to go forward with it, it's going to take off very quickly. It's going to be fun, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be an adventure, it's going to be a wild ride, is what I hear. But in a positive way, not like, yeah, it's going to be a fun, wild ride. We see two people here tending to this seahorse. So very fun, exciting time. But you see they're cooperating together very well. They are so in tune and sync each other, and this is their adventure. It's like it's going to take off, and it's going to like a speed race car, just vroom, just yeah. So that's why we were clarifying. So absolutely wonderful. Much to look forward to, lovely Pile number 2. You've done the work, you keep on working at it. There'll come a time when you can just kind of take it easy. It's coming up in the following months here, 1, 1.5, and 3, as we mentioned earlier. A time of reprieve, a time of recognition, a time of rest. Yeah, your name is going to spread out there. You will be known. Definitely will be known. If it's something that you're seeking for. Yes. All right. Well, also, it's if it's not your name wanting to get out there, it's going to be some form of product or something you create that will be known. If you so desire, but even if you don't, it's going to make its way into people's households anyways. All right. That was your reading, Pile 2. Absolutely amazing to hear such wondrous magical blessings coming with this moon here. That's why they wanted me to title the title as it was. A lot of love, romantic energy coming through. Excellent. All right, that was your reading, Pile 2. If you found it insightful, helpful, or you liked it, please consider hitting that like button. That will help me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already for more messages. I wish you a magical, wonderful day. Shine bright, take care, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, number 2s. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Alright, so we have a lot of oracle cards for you. So let's see what the full lunar eclipse with the full moon in Taurus is bringing you, what blessings is coming your way, is the energy that Spirit's been conveying for all the piles today. So let's see what's in your pile. Oh. Okay, so we have mutually beneficial venture. There's an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at this moment. Utilize this relationship to benefit everyone concerned. Okay, let's look at our image here. Okay. We see you being engulfed by something, but in a positive way, because it's almost like when somebody, let's say somebody's on stage and a crew, comes and just all like gathers the you and then brings you backstage and then makes you look more grand and then brings you back out. It's that kind of energy, interestingly, that's coming through here. Okay, so next we have amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. Okay. I see you. I see you here, but it's indicated you should be more here. It's like here is anticipating and looking at other people's progress, work, and perhaps comparing yourself. But there is an advice to be a bit more detached, like this seahorse in the back here, where whether the seahorse becomes successful or gets what it needs or what it wants or what it desires is irrelevant to it. It's gonna keep on doing its own thing, and yeah, whether fame, fortune, or whatever comes to it, it's unattached to the outcome is what the message is. Yes. Okay, we actually want to take a look at this one next. Okay, so we will. Okay, so we have the Violet Fire, transmutation, detoxification, psychic vision, and constant distraction. They're also pointing out number 35 here. Okay, so purification of something, transmutation of certain energy, and I'm getting very mental vibes here. So perhaps it's transmuting thoughts that constantly arise and that constantly is projecting reality into a certain fixed form. It's that expectation we talked about, that energy that needs to clear out. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's look at your other oracles and see all the energies here. So we have Wunjo with joy, harmony. Yeah. Okay, well, we are certainly headed in that direction. Okay. All very similar for all the energies of the piles today. And we have Kanaz with creativity and knowledge. Okay. Next we have two here. First we have Fehu with wealth and abundance. I see you receiving it. And then we have Isa with introspection and ego. Yes. Okay, or here too as well. Okay, let's leave these energies here. And let's... Okay, they want me to wait on your last oracle. Alright, so we won't reveal these yet. So, okay, let's put that back. And let's just look at the energy of the current excuse me, oracles that we do have. Yes, so blessings that's coming is maybe that will show up in these oracles here. But we're talking about more so the waiting aspect here for you. It's as if you were, very much expecting a certain something, expecting to be in the limelight, the spotlight, some sort of recognition. It's being expected here, and it's like you created it, and you have presented, and now you're waiting to see what comes of it, to see if it's a fruitful endeavor, if it's a beneficial venture that you have invested all this effort into it. And the answer is yes. That is the clear message for Spirit choosing the way to title this reading today for all 3 piles. So it seems like a collective energy that's coming through, a huge blessings that is coming with the lunar eclipse and the full moon in Taurus here. We see joy and harmony and wealth and abundance coming through, and we see you receiving it and then heading in the direction of joy as you move out of this kind of like mental stagnant energy that needs to be transmuted. This expecting energy, comparison, looking at other people and what they have, their wealth, their fame, their notoriety. Okay, maybe not notoriety, but they're being noticed, being on the world, a stage presence. And that's what's going to shift here into the joy and the harmony and the blessings you're going to receive. It's an introspection that is encouraged for you to go deep into, to be a bit more neutral about it, to become detached to outcomes and expectations. That's what we're getting. It's like, yes, you see all those on the platform before you, in the field before you, those who work in the same field, the same industry. You see like, oh, they're so famous, they're so well acknowledged, they're so successful. Yes. It's the necessity to kind of release the expectation, the outcome. It's like, if you're in the same field and you're doing the same thing, you're like, when am I going to be acknowledged like that? And Spirit's almost like whoosh, taking you back in here. It's like, no, we gotta put the final touches on you, the last set of makeup to make you really glow up, and then we can present you out to the world. That's the impatience here. It's like, okay, what else is coming through? It's kind of like being a model on the runway, right? You see, or like, not even a model, like an artist, or like a comedian, or like a singer that's about to come on stage next, and you hear the all the applause and all the praise that the other previous artists and comedians have gone before you, the singers have gone before you. They get so much praise, so much cheer, and you're like, oh, I'm kind of anticipating, like, I want my moment to be like that. But it's a detachment from that will actually give you that. It's just like your makeup team, your spirit team is giving you the final touches into your energy. So when you do go out on that stage, when you do accomplish that goal or that task or that desire, then you will go out there shining and glowing. But yeah, there's a strong encouragement to remove yourself from that kind of envious energy. It's like, oh, well, this and that. Yeah, no, just leave it. And because your time will come. But the energy around it will kind of shape the circumstance a little bit. Because say, for example, let's use that same analogy, right? About going on stage, and you are so fixated on the energy. It's like, oh, well, you know, like the previous artists before me got so much, the previous singers got so much praise. I have to be really on top of point. And so you kind of fixate your energy and you constrain it. So when you go out there, you actually perform less than your optimal. It's like you could have been this amazing, authentic person, but then trying to get that praise or the same result, it's like you overthink it, and you overthink it, and you kind of make your performance less stellar than it should be. So there's a strong advice to transmute that energy. Transmute the energy of expectation into the energy of flow, just to let the outcome come as it does. Because Spirit's already putting the final touches into making you really shine on the world platform. Okay, wonderful. Now can we reveal this, Spirit? Yeah, I think so. Okay, they wanted me to speak to all of that before we review your other oracles. So let's look at your other oracle. Purity. Okay. Right away, it's interesting too because Pile1 also got this. Like we said, a lot of collective energy and blessings coming through here. So I'm not surprised to see that card. We have new beginning. It's like the crack of dawn opens up, and something is shining through from the heavens. Okay, and we have miracles. We have a double rainbow. Pile number 3. You have nothing to worry about. All that mental struggle is only delaying, the process of your blessings that are coming. So let it go. Transition away from that. Reach into the purity of your mind, the purity of who you are. Your mind before it's encumbered is what I'm hearing, what I'm getting. So when the mind, the pure energy of creativity and knowledge right here, right? It's in an essence of itself, pure. It's like, oh, I know exactly what to do as a performer, exactly what to do as a singer. It comes so naturally. It's pure in its form. There is no nuance around it. When we tack on the mental stuff, so it's moving away from all the projected fear, nervousness, anxiety, expectations around it that are there's nothing more to say. It's just the purity and an essence of you and your performance or your creation. It's just the pure essence and essentiality of you. So yes, be excited because there's new beginnings and miracles coming for you. It will seem like a miracle because you've been expecting it so much. I see this seahorse looking so intensely at this other seahorse who have their shades and their colors and their blessings already come through, and this seahorse looking so intently. It's like, when is my moment? Kind of sensation. So get back into the pure essence and the pure magic of who you are, what you can do, your ability, and then your blessings will just flow on through smoothly. So that's the strong encouragement here. Yeah. Wow, absolutely wonderful. Wonderful energy. Just be mindful of that expectant energy and to release and let it go from the mentality. Actually, you know what? We're going to put this over here because we want to see your blessings. So, all right, let's move on into your tarot because we have not shuffled. Spirit wanted me to hold off on your Lenormand, so it'll be interesting to find what shape we get for your Lenormand. Let's look into your tarot next. And of course, we have the flow tarot. So yes, flow with it as well. A lot of fluid water energy in your decks here. Also, they wanted me to point out this is your destiny, your path that is meant to be. So no need to fear about it. Just flow into it naturally. It's meant for you. It's it's set for you. It's meant for you. Flow into it. Okay. So we have the King of Pentacles or Pawns with interconnected. Okay. And then we have the Four of Pentacles or Pawns with the smoothest route. Okay. Yes. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles with Oasis. A lot of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. It's almost like I see this flowing. This flowing and then down into this oasis. Gorgeous. Okay, and then we have the Six of Clouds or Six of Cups with Wonder. And then we have the Five of Pentacles with Scarcity. And I have the feeling I just want to put this card far, far away. It's like it's slipping away from this whole reading. Okay. You're going to be moving so far away from this energy. So Five of Wands with Scarcity. Yeah, it's like we almost always also want to take this out of the equation in general. I'm going to put it far, far away from here because that's the energy that's guiding me toward. It's like we're moving far, far away from that there. So yeah, message here, loud and clear. Going to be absolutely wonderful. This blessings in terms of its form is coming out in Pentacles form. So riches, wealth, abundance, recognition, especially in the worldly realm, successful, going to be known, going to be very charismatic. Yeah, it's like do not worry about it. It's it's an amazing blessings. You'll be a wonder to the world. People are going to be looking at you as such awe. Yeah. And the scarcity, we move far away from it. Down the line, you're going to shift so far of it. I even see kind of like 10 of wands, 10 of, yeah, more like 10 of wands, like walking away from all that energy there. Yes, so we're not even going to speak anymore in terms of that energy. We're moving and shifting far away from it. You have new beginnings coming. You have miracles coming. What seems like miracles, because you'll be so awestruck yourself. You wonder how this can even come into your life. But yeah, you have Feihu here. Another abundance runes coming through, and the rune of happiness and joy. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It's so amazing. The only thing that is kind of weighing you down right now is the own thoughts that you have. So let it go, let it flow. Just like this tarot here, it's literally called the Flow Tarot. So just let it flow. Yeah, let the scarcity and all these thoughts that are playing you flow away, because you're flowing towards abundance. That's all I can say. Amazing, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. The readings today that have come through, the energies are incredible. Okay, let's look at your Lenormand next. Okay, so for pile number, I think we'll have a final message because I don't think we need any clarification. We see the blessings that are coming to you, and we know the approach of how to receive it with just joy and pleasure. All right, so Spirit, can we get a final outcome or final message for pile number 3, please, Spirit? For the Lenormand, we want one more shuffle here. Okay, so for pile, okay, well, we'll take that one. For pile number 4, I mean, that's 3, sorry. Spirit, what is the Lenormand form? Okay, a crown is a good one. You know what? We're gonna stick with a crown. Are we sticking with a crown here? Yes. Okay, we're sticking with a crown for you. Pile number 3. Wait, where's the other one? No. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this card to the side. It could be either a cherry on top or the energy we're moving away from. What am I feeling with this? Yeah, it could go either way. Okay. We'll find out what that is last. But let's look at your crown here. So here's the crown with the jewel on top. Or kind of like, this is a very pointed crown here. So we have the snake. Oh, interesting. Maybe that's why your mind's plaguing you. Okay, we have the bouquet. And we have the dog, or sea dog. Love this card in this Lenormand here. Companion, support. Definitely. It's the right people. And then we have the book. Okay. This is speaking in terms of knowledge. No, not necessarily. Resources. The right resources, the right connections. Okay. So a crown can be heavy, right? Depending on who we let our advisors be. So think about a kingdom in the past, right? The king and queen have various advisors that are entrusted to give proper and beneficial advice to benefit the kingdom and as well the king and queen who rules the kingdom. But the thing is, if you get a wrong advisor or someone with malicious intent or surreptitious kind of like sleazy, like conniving kind of energy that is out to backstab the king and the queen and the kingdom, like maybe a spy perhaps, then that is something to watch out for. I feel like there's an extra word of caution in regards here to take a look closely at your ties and the people around you, and making sure, well, this both speaks for right now and also for when you get your blessings. Getting strong vibe of more so once you come into your blessings or once your blessings have come to you, people will come to out, like they seem like they come out of the woodwork. It's like, oh, pile number 3 is famous now, or pile number 3 is wealthy. Let me try to dig into pile number 3's wealth and make it part of my own. And that's what we're cautioning against here. So the present, the blessings, comes in huge abundance as we talk about it. New beginnings, miracles, a double rainbow. Doesn't get any better than that. And it's a huge oasis. 10 of Pentacles here. Wonderful, wonderful blessing. Huge amount of wealth. Wealth and joy. Yes, so wealth, major wealth, major blessings coming through. but you have to be careful because it's a matter of finding the right people to be your counsel. There are those who are sneaky, who are lying, deceptive, or they will do whatever they want or whatever they need to get your wealth, to steal from you, to lie, manipulate, and deceive you for their own benefit. That's just how the world is. So it is advised, the counsel is to seek the resources and information that you need, because these are people coming in, strong energy I'm getting, to do your research, do your homework. It's like, oh, XYZ person wants to collaborate with me, wants to start a new business adventure with me. Let me look into their background. Do they sound reputable? Do they have a good history? And this is not to prevent you from working with other people. Actually, it's encouraging you to work with others, because we see the dog here, which is a very loyal companion, and a very good support friend and network. So do go out there, look for the right people. It's like, oh, person XYZ, I just did my homework, and actually they're really, like their goals, their vision is really attuned to my own. They really want to help people. They really are charitable. And they're just nice company to have around. Those are the people that you want to find, you want to hang out with, you want to do your research and homework on, and those are the people to work with and collaborate with. And at the same time, you're going to find people, it's like, hey, XYZ person came and wanted to do a collab, but they're kind of selfish in terms of their demands. Like, they're not really in this to collaborate or to work together with me. It seems that they're out for their own selfish benefits. Goodbye. It's almost like I want to throw this in the fire and burn it. Of course, I'm not going to do that, but those are the kind of connections you want to remove and keep away from and watch out for. They can move straight into this pile here of scarcity, because that's the energy that these people are coming with. And the energy you want to be in is after you've done your your homework, because you have huge blessings coming, to work with people who really support and love and enjoy your company, and vice versa. Wonderful to hear. Okay, and let's see what this card is all about. Okay, so we have the mountain here. Okay. So this is more so advice in terms of after you get your blessings. Yes. So do enjoy your blessings, right? Absolutely. So deserved. So much wonderful, amazing blessings coming through, especially with all the work you put in. It is so well deserved. So do enjoy that period of time, although we do see there's work up ahead after that. So, enjoy it. Just don't overindulge in the energy too much. Eventually, at some point, you have to get back to work. Yeah, so after your amazing performance, going back to the analogy, go out, hang out with your friends, enjoy, celebrate, have a great dinner, go dancing, whatever you want to do. But the next day, the next week, you have a gig coming up, you have to rest for that. So work is coming up ahead. So you can't stay out until like 5 in the morning, like for the entire week, because you have a gig to perform next week. Basically all it is. But certainly do enjoy. Go out for a drink, go out to eat, go out to, you name it. Have fun. Have fun, enjoy your blessings. Watch out for those sneaky people. Form a good group of friends and support once your blessings have come through, and life will be smooth and flowing for you. Such an amazing reading, pile number 3. across all the piles today, actually. So a lot of amazing blessings are coming through with this lunar eclipse here. So look forward to that. Timelines for pile 1 and 2 were a bit more definitive. Yours is a bit more flexible, just like the flow of things here. We don't have a specific timeline for you. I don't want to list a number because it might disappoint you, because especially when you have such an expectant energy, you're like, perhaps you want it so quickly or so soon, but we'll let divine timing take its course. And I know it's not fun to hear that, but I feel like if I give you a time, it may be more disappointing. So it's better to hear the blessings in timing this way than it is to pinpoint down a time. For a random example, right? It's like, oh, 1 year or 2 years from now. You're like, what? That's taking too long. I'm not saying that's the time. I'm just throwing out a random example. So expect the blessings, but it starts with this season, with this lunar eclipse. It's like things are spiraling into action, into effect. And yeah, the blessings are on its way. The sooner you release those mental restrictions and expectations about when you want it, about how it's gonna come, then the sooner it will come. It's funny how it works that way. It's like, oh, I want XYZ now at this time in this way, and Spirit's like, okay. And Spirit will still bring it out in the time that is most advantageous for it. Because if you want to glow up before your makeup team or your spirit team is finished with you, you might look not as stellar as you can be. Yes. All right, Pile 3, with that, I will close off your message here. Absolutely wonderful miracles and new beginnings coming up ahead for you. Look forward to that. Remember, let go of the expectations, release the mental stress around it, and many wonders are coming for you. All right, if you enjoy that video, found it insightful or helpful, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe if you haven't. I wish you a magical, wonderful day. Shine bright, take care, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, Pile 3s.